Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to the Fool's Errand. Let me quickly tweet out that I'm live, because I am. Done. Just see what happened here quickly. Okay. Sorry. Yes, welcome back. We're back at the Fool's Errand, and let's get into things. Right, now, once again, we're going to load our save game. And if you joined us, if you watched the last episode, you might notice that something's different. This is not a section of the story that we've seen before. That is because I decided after the previous stream to play through that card game puzzle offline. And I'm glad I did, because you have no idea how long it took me to get through that. In fact, I finished it only earlier today. I got through the card game puzzle. I still don't entirely follow which cards belong with what, and there are times when it seems to me like a card will belong to one pair on one turn and not belong to that pair on another turn, but there's probably some underlying logic or connection that I'm missing. But anyway, that's besides the point. I finally got through it earlier today, so we don't have to sit through who knows how long of me playing through that card game. Let me just check something here, because I see that my session timer is not updating. I appear to be streaming. I appear to be live. Let's see if I can reset that timer. Weird. Okay, I hope this is actually working. In fact, let me try reloading the page. Excuse me a moment, if you will. I'm probably still live, so I'm not actually going anywhere as such. Ah, yes, there we go. My stream timer's working again. Good. Right, that done. Let's get straight into the newly opened section of the story, which I'm sure we're all following quite easily, because it's all laid out in an easy to understand order, isn't it? Anyway. Continuing along the road, he passed under a stone archway and encountered 6 young warriors waving their staffs triumphantly. "Is there a cause for celebration?" asked the fool. "Yes, indeed," the leader proclaimed. "This day the 4 kings have declared a truce to the horrible war that has ravaged our land, and it is said that between the 4, one of the land's lost treasures will be restored," highlighted. "Spread the news and be joyful." The fool found it hard to be joyful, though, for he had yet to uncover even one of the 14 treasures. So, what is the new puzzle? Oh, it's a maze. All right, we can do this. This is the archway. Yeah, it just says to maneuver to the exit. Well, the exit's here, which, let's see. Right, so theoretically this should be simple. But I suspect there will be a twist. There was. Okay. So we're probably looking for, yep, secret panels. Okay. Alright, so that's going to make this difficult. We can't really plan our way through the maze. I'm not sure how I feel about this from a game design perspective. Because oh, you're kidding me, there are one-way panels. Alright. Part of the appeal of a maze, I feel, is that you can look at it and figure out which way to go, just visually. Oh, there we go. And having these secret panels means that you can't really do that. You pretty much have to rely on what's it? On Thingy, on Hoojar. on trial and error. You just have to go through until you find all of the hidden panels. So yeah, not really feeling this as a game mechanic, but so it goes. That is fine. And I could definitely see others like, yeah, I thought that was going to happen. And there is a bit of, yeah, I thought so. There is a bit of logic in that you can guess that, things that, how am I supposed to get in there then? Oh, I see. I'm supposed to find a way around. Okay, I see. You can guess that if it opens, well, if it looks open to you, it probably isn't. Okay, which way now? It's this way, then. Come on, come on. I'm controlling this by the mouse, as you might see, which is a trifle awkward in places, but acceptable. I really want to get to, yeah, around there. Okay, so I want to go this way. Okay, so I can't get through there. That's not unexpected. Can we slip through this way? So far so good, but I'm waiting for... This is going to close, isn't it? Oh, no, wait. Okay, not that way. That would be too easy. No, that would be a trap. And we're through. Not that difficult. Anyway, he travelled we're at the pyramids now, by the way. He travelled further up the road and saw 3 pyramids to the west, the centre one inscribed with the letter H in red. He stared at his parchment in dismay. It showed the picture of a stone bridge crossing a pond. I may be a fool, the fool mumbled, but either this map is in error or the land is. He decided to pack the confusing parchment in his knapsack. Okay, and we don't get a new puzzle with that, so we're going to go looking for something else. What do we want to try out? We tried a number of these. I think we're just going to have to get through some of the less exciting puzzles to get at the more exciting ones. Oh, well, this should be straightforward. Vegetables. Nice, easy start, I think. Lentils. I thought I saw something here somewhere. Perhaps not. Oh, scallion. I don't actually know what a scallion is, come to think of it. Hold on. I wonder whether it's related to the word rapscallion. Probably not. So scallion, oh, is a green onion, okay. It's a vegetable derived from various species in the genus Allium. They have a milder taste than most onions. Okay, close relatives include garlic, shallot, leek, chive, and Chinese onions. Okay, fair. Right. This looks, come on, this looks radishing. What else do we have? We have doxing. Hopefully not. Carrots. Corporal or captain, I wonder. Leek. Hopefully not with the A. No, I thought there was something there, but there was not. Oh, asparagus, or speargrass as I like to call it. Potatoes. Chop them, mash them, put them in a stew and all of that. Aha, parsley. No. Beans are good for your heart, etc. No, I'm not finishing that. No. Oh, broccoli. Tasty. And yes, I mean that. I do like broccoli. Artichoke. I like artichoke on pizza. I've actually had a pretty good pizza with artichoke on it, as I recall. But that's, I think, the only way I've ever had artichoke, as far as I do recall. Oh, cucumber. Okay, so now we want to go horizontal, I think. Let's see. Oh, cabbage. Not my favorite, but you know, it's okay. Tomatoes. Good, good mainstay veggie. Celeries. Workhorse veggie is what I would call a tomato. Yes, that's the way that I'd characterize them. Parsnips. This is kind of making me hungry. Oh, we were just talking about onions. I wonder which one is going to be that we likely will end up not seeing for a while in this word search. Almost says lice. That's not a vegetable nor pleasant. Well, I suppose the lice might feel differently about that. Oh, rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb. Rhubarb pie, I think I recall being good, if I'm thinking of the right thing. What else do we have? Oh, eggplant. Let's see. I'm not sure whether I've ever eaten eggplant. Only three remain. One of which is squash. Ooh, I do like squash. Ooh, cauliflower, also tasty. One remains. And this is the one, because there's no space for something here, as far as I see. Let's see, where might it be? This is a good looking spot for it. Almost saw avocado there. You can tell I've been using a computer for a while because I had a brief urge to try Control F and searching for avocado. That is not likely to work now, is it? Let's see. Oh, turnip. What? Oh, turnip. Sorry. There we go. The fighting boys. Them's fighting boys. Nearby, a group of 5 boys were fighting with slender hickory staffs. Bad yam in red. Bad yam, they shrieked back and forth. Why are you fighting over something of so little value, the fool wondered. He sold us a crate of bad yams, one cried out, and we want our money back. But you left them in the sun, another yelled back. I will not reimburse you for your stupidity. Not wishing to get involved, the fool made his way past the crowd. What's up? New puzzle. Oh, it's this one. It's this one. Last week, before I started streaming, I suggested that the stream might involve some programming, and it's because of this puzzle. Hold on, I actually want to tweet out that we've actually hit that point. So, let me see, what am I going to say? Something to the effect that I just did. Just hit the puzzle at... yeah. post the link, and I might as well put in a picture. Oh, in fact, hold on. What I'm going to do is take a picture of this and include it. Come on, TweetDeck, take the picture. There we go. Right. Okay, so with that, I am going to, in fact, go out of this for a moment. Leave people, give people a moment to notice that. Just see what's happened here, and come back to this puzzle. This is the fighting boys, so noted. Okay, so for now, we're going to do the chapel. We're going to see what that is. And then I'll come back in, 5 or 10 minutes maybe. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, this one. So this is tricky. We're supposed to take clues. Here we go. To solve this puzzle, use the clues shown in the picture and find the correct letters, and then enter these letters into the blank boxes. I wonder whether it's like that other puzzle where something reacts to the cursor. It does look like this boy's holding up the G, maybe the D here. That doesn't make much sense with what we have. What could he be selling there, I wonder? No, I'm going to come back to this one again. Let's pop over to the Hanged Man for a bit. What do we have? Oh, it's just a simple, it's one of these. Okay, that's straightforward. Then once this is done, I think we will go back and interesting. Okay, go back and do the puzzle that I left behind. What has... Maybe this is a left edge. It doesn't look like it though, does it? Oh, I see, I see. Yes. So that... Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe this is the... No, it's not the right edge because that has darkness there, my old friend. There we go. So that connects to that. Guessing the text will be somewhere near the middle. Oops. Aha. Right. Okay, and then that will go there. Maybe, oops, that there looks good. We need a bit more ocean for this side, but meanwhile that goes there, that goes there, no, that goes there, and that goes there. But we don't have more ocean, so this presumably, in fact, goes on the right. Fair enough. Oh wow, I didn't know that you could do that. You can actually take whole chunks. I have sort of confused myself in the process, but that is neat to know. So let's do that. Cool. This is actually a pretty well made game, I will say. What goes here? We're looking for something that's interesting. We're looking for something with a bit of ocean there. That doesn't work though. Except that it does work with that, but not with this. Okay, fair. No, possibly that. No, that does. Yeah, like that, I think. The problem is that clearly goes there. Huh. But I don't see how that can be. All right, well, we'll see how this works out, especially since we now know that we can, in fact, move whole chunks of this thing. Yeah, maybe. So that goes there. Yeah, that very clearly goes like that, I think. No, that doesn't go there. No, I am convinced that this belongs over here. That belongs with that, clearly. Ah, okay, so that's good. Oh, I think there are 2 people here. Okay, so that's fine. Oh, that's one of these. That one, I think. That I don't think fits with that. But I may be mistaken. Maybe. So we want, yeah, body for him, and that looks good. And he would probably like his foot, right? Okay, so here we have the front of this guy and his foot, and that would appear to be his head, and that appears to be that, and this looks like it's probably his shadow. Thinking that seems to be the shadow of the fish, which I think is about right. Whoops. Feel like that goes there. That goes there. That's right. Ah, there we go. That, and then that, and then that. No, we're still wrong somewhere. There we go. The Page of Cups. He came to the shores of another great ocean and met a page who held an engraved copper cup. Just as the fool was about to say hello, a tiny green fish jumped out of the cup and fell to the ground, wiggling its way back to the sea. "Help me," the page screamed. "My KD in red is getting away." The fool removed his pointed hat and, after a few tries, captured the slippery fish within it. "Here's your fish," he offered, "but I did not see your KD." "Ah, but they are one and the same," the page told him happily. "Now I owe you a favor. Seek she who holds 2 swords," highlighted. All right, so I've given it a bit of time for people to notice that that tweet. So let's go on to our puzzle. Now, let's look at the instructions. Select the buttons in the correct order to reveal 2 words. So as you can see, we have 5 buttons and we have the letter W. Okay, that doesn't appear to do anything. That added an N there. That added a G and a space. That added a U and an E. That added an N and a U. Okay, that didn't help. If we do that, that swapped the first and last. Okay. So I think if we begin again, if we begin again. So let's just do that, double check this. So that should make it UGENWN. UW, that's not quite what I expected. Let me have another look at that. So NGENWU. Okay, it actually flips the entire thing around. Now, what does this have to do with programming? Simply put, I don't like this puzzle. This isn't the only one of these that we're going to see in this game, I believe, and I'm just not a fan. It's a class of puzzle that, a broad class of puzzle that I just happen to not get on with. My mind doesn't take well to it, and I don't enjoy it. It's essentially the same, I think, as those puzzles where you have a bunch of chains that that each of which changes some setting that affects others, and you have to pull them in the right order and all of that. I'm not explaining that well. Imagine you have a set of 5, or you have a combination lock, the sort where you rotate the sections to various numbers or letters or whatever to the right combination. But instead of rotating those, you have a set of chains that you pull. And pulling any one chain rotates 2 of the tumblers. So you have to pull them in such a way that you end up with a known combination at the end. Anyway, it's that sort of thing. And again, it's just not something that I like. However, this particular iteration of the puzzle has an interesting feature in that it all works on letters. Each of these buttons does something with the text that we have. So if we click on 3 here, we've got a G and a W. That put an E and a U at the beginning, at the start and the end respectively. If we begin again and press this one, we get an E and a W at the start and the end, and a G and what was that again? Sorry. Oh yes, a G and a space there, I think it was. Is that right? Yes. So that makes it quite prone to simple text-based programs. So essentially what we're going to do here is we're going to use a bit of Python programming to essentially solve the puzzle for us, to brute force through all the combinations, print them out, so we can, along with the steps involved in taking them, so that we can then look through the list, see what makes sense, and input that in the game. To me personally, that's considerably more fun than trying to figure it out myself. And let me just check what our bitrate's up and down a bit, but oh well. We're going to be programming for a bit, so that's hopefully not too bad. So yes, so we're going to be doing some Python programming. If you don't know Python, it's a programming language. It's very particular about its white space and its indentation. Well, it's very particular about its indentation, rather, let me say. But it's also fairly straightforward, and it works very nicely with text, as it happens, and with sequences of things. So I'm in fact going to go into OBS, and I have actually put together a separate scene collection for this. Okay, this is our Python puzzle solving. In fact, you know what? Let me add if I can find it. It's a window capture. What am I using in the other scene collection? Give me a moment, if you will, please. Yep, window capture. So go back to puzzle solving, window capture. Okay, and I want. Where is it? That's game launcher. This one, yes. So let's take that and move it back and put it up there, so we at least have a bit of a background. I'm going to be doing the typing here, and yeah, and then we'll run it in this terminal and get our output. So I'm going to move the actual game over to the other side so that I can see it more easily. So this is going to be a fairly straightforward program. We're going to have a variable called input string. No, let's call it current string. String having an R. And that's going to be just a string, and it's going to stick with capitals BW. Then we have the buttons. What's the easiest way to do this? I suppose, yeah, a list. Called button list. And that's going to be, as I said, a list. Square brackets in Python indicate a list. And each of these is going to, yes. In fact, let's come back to that. What we're actually going to do is we're going to create a bunch of methods that will actually enact these changes. So we'll just label them for buttons. And this isn't going to be the cleanest, most robust programming, but we're doing something fairly simple, fairly quick it doesn't have to be the best. So button 1 appears to reverse the text. So what we're going to have it do, in fact, let's change that. Let's change that from current string to, let's call it base string. Oops. We'll have current string. We'll just make that empty for the moment. So to reverse the text, I seem to recall that there's actually a Python thing for that. I think. Let me check. Common string operations. I'm just checking the docs on Python. What am I looking for? Sequence types. Because strings are, there we go. Okay, yes. Strings are in fact sequence types in Python. So button 1 just does that. Then when we come to the next of these puzzles, we'll just alter this code to do what the buttons in that one do. So I'm just going to see. Okay, so I'm just looking at the game again. I've just clicked a couple of buttons just so that I have some text to look at. And now I'm going to press button 2 and see what it does. I currently have the string GEWU. I press 2 and I end up with NGEWU. So it looks like it just adds an N on the start. Let's try that again quickly. Yeah, it looks like it just added an N at the start. So that's straightforward. And return to programming. Okay, so this is not a great way of changing a string, but it's a quick and dirty one. There are more robust, cleaner ways of doing it, but again, this will do. Okay, so that's what button 2 does. Button 3, yes, the button 3 adds G in a space. Okay, good to know. So it's going to be similar. And this is, I think, one of the simpler of these puzzles. So what does button 4 do? Okay, adds an E on the start and a U at the end. Okay. All very straightforward. And the last button in this case does what? Just adds an N at the start by the looks of it. EGNWU, NEGNW, yeah, just adds an N at the start. Okay. In fact, we can just copy. Wait, do buttons 2 and 5 do the same thing? Really? Yeah. Okay. Well, I shall not complain. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have our button list here contain references to these five methods. Sorry. Forgive me if I'm umming and ahhing a bit today. I am honestly pretty tired. So button 3, button 4, and button 5. In fact, I'm going to call this base button list. Okay, now what we're going to do, what's the best way of doing this? What we want to do essentially is we want to go through every combination of these five operations acting on current string. So in every possible order. So let me think about that. The funny thing is I have done this before, and I could probably go and look up my old code for this, but I think it'd be a bit more interesting to do it live, as long as I do actually figure out how to do this. So we have a list of buttons. We want to go button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, button 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, button, and so on and so forth. The annoying thing is I feel like I'm on the verge of seeing how it would be done. I'm just not doing it, just not seeing it. Give me a moment if you will, please. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Recursion, I think, is the way to do this. Oh dear, am I buffering that badly? Oh, the bitrate is not happy with me. Okay, but I think I see how to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to what are we going to call this? Search buttons, let's say. And search buttons is going to take, in fact, we don't need current string. Call it working string as our variable. What this is going to do is it's going to take, let's see, what's the best way of doing this? Should it take the first one? Yeah, okay, so for, okay, button method in fact, let's see, yes, it should take a button list as well, because we're going to be changing that list for button method in button list. So we're going to want to go through all of the button methods. For button method in button list, current method equals button list. No, wait, what am I talking about? Sorry. So we've taken out a button method. We want to apply it to the string. Okay, so in fact, these should take a string. If we don't actually want it to work on current string, so the way that we're going to be doing this, we're going to be recursing. Essentially what that means is we're going to be going over the set. We're going to have our method here call itself in a nested fashion, passing through variations of its data. So we're not actually going to be working on just one form of it, in a sense. It might make a little more sense than my slightly sleep-deprived explanation there. Bear with me. So for each button method, we want to then, let's see, right, we want to call, oh yes, we want to first apply it. Okay, in fact, what we want to do is we want to return these, not, okay, which makes, yes, okay, hold on, let me just go back and see that reference page again. I don't want to reverse in place, I want to break free, no. not sure about whether that's going to work. Let me just try something quickly. Just create a quick test string. No, okay. No, okay, but it does have revert. No, that's odd. Oh, I wonder when that was introduced. No, odd. Okay. Oh, I think that's only. So I don't think strings count as mutable, so that probably doesn't allow that. Yeah, immutable. Okay, so that's no good. String methods, capitalized countings with. Okay, we're going to have to do this the slightly more complex way then, I think. Yeah, okay, not a problem. So if I'm not much mistaken, no, that's not right. Was it like this? There we go. Okay, so that'll reverse it for us. Things going backwards. Basically what that's going to do is it's going to give us every element in the string going backwards. The -1 tells it which direction to go, more or less. Anyway, so we're done with that. Clear the screen. So what we want to do is we want to call button method. Remember, these are references to these methods on working string. That will give us new string. We want to call new search buttons on new string, and what we want is the button list without that button, which will be button list. Which will be button method for button method in button list if button method is not button method. Sorry, I appear to be a bit gassy. Okay, don't mind that it's overflowing the line. That's just word wrapping being applied in the editor. That's nothing to be concerned about. Sorry, that should be a square bracket. Okay. So we're going to want that. So for every button method in the button list, do that. And let me think about that for a moment. So that's going to go through there, but I need to return it. But that doesn't really work quite that way, does it? No, what I actually want to do is I want to print at this point, don't I? But I also want to keep the sequence, don't I? Which we'll just call sec, which will be a list of these button methods. I think will probably be the easiest way of doing it. Right. Okay. So if there's nothing left in the button list, then we've finished a whole sequence and we want to print the string that we produced followed by the sequence of buttons. Oops. Else do this stuff. I think that's right. I think that's right. Oh yes, wait, new string, button method, and of course we want to pass in the sequence thus far. Okay, and then we want to call it applying base string and base button list and an empty sequence. Now, no guarantees that this is going to work. So let's try it. It did not work. What happened? What went wrong? Oh, that should be if that's equal to naught. Okay, how are we looking here? By. Okay. Oh, I've just realized you can't actually see. Yeah, you can't actually see the terminal right now. So perhaps a good thing that it didn't work. Let's bring the terminal up to the top. Right. Let's try that again. And it's not happy. Function object is not iterable on line 31. Believe it or not, this is fairly... Oh, that was silly of me. You of course can't plus equals that. You just want to add it in. Okay. Of course you couldn't see that. Basically, let me just undo what I did. This is what we had. Sec is a list. Button method is a method. You can't just add a method to a list. What we actually want to do is insert the method into the list, which is what I'm doing here by appending it to the list. Okay, so let's try that again. Nope, still not happy. Line 7 in button 2. Oh, I missed a couple of current strings here. In fact, I missed most of them. Okay, that should be fine now. Let's clear that. Ooh, okay. That's going to be difficult to read, isn't it? Clearly done something wrong somewhere, because that output is not terribly useful. Yeah, okay. What's clear is that I haven't done this properly. Search buttons using... We'll try that. Oops. No. What am I doing wrong here? That's the question. Button method for button method in button list, which is the one that we passed in. If button method is not the button method that we're looking at, oh, you know what? This shouldn't be the same sequence. That should be a new one. Okay, so that's more like it, but that's a bit difficult to read, isn't it? So I'm going to want to change the way I'm outputting this. So yeah, you know what? Let's, again, this is going to be not clean, but it should work. I'm going to call it button names. And this is going to be a dictionary. It's going to, essentially what a dictionary does is it takes a set of keys and maps them to a set of values. So that when you look up the key, you get the value. In this case, the keys are going to be our, in fact, I can copy paste. are going to be our methods, because Python doesn't really care much what the keys are. And they are going to map to some easy to read names. So just going to be, whoops, strings showing the numbers on buttons. Then instead of printing that, we're going to, let's see, print a list, which is going to be button names, value for value in sequence. Yep, that should work. So save that. Again, sorry, you didn't see that, so there you go. Basically what I changed was this bit here. We're now printing out the button names using the values in the sequence, which will be these methods. Yeah, so we'll be printing out a list of these names, indexing by these button methods that we put together. Okay, so let's try that. Aha. Okay, so we clearly still have some problems because we're printing out sequences that are way too long. So what am I doing wrong here then? What is going wrong? In fact, maybe what I should be doing is, yeah, I think that's right. Maybe I should be creating a new sequence here, passing that in so that it doesn't affect later iterations. Much more like it. There we go. Okay, so we now have our solver working. Now what this means is that for later puzzles, and we'll go and look for the answer in a moment, for later puzzles we really just have to change the contents of these and the base string and just run it again, and we should get the answer spat out for us. Now here comes the really tricky bit. We actually have to find the answer in here. Let's see, we wanted something that looks sensible, so probably not engnu, or nunge, or ungen. These are probably not the answer. That almost looks right. Nugu. Let's see. Nu actually makes sense. Let's try that, shall we? So that is 3, 5, 1, 4, and 2. So let's go back to, and let me bring the game back up on my end. So 3, 5, 1, 4, 2. 3, 5, 1, 4, 2. And that's the answer. And we just solved a puzzle by programming. Near a stone wall was a burly fellow who guarded 9 tall fighting staffs. "Could you tell me if this is the correct way to the Queen's palace?" inquired the fool. Nu in red was his pert reply. "I beg your pardon?" the fool had to ask. Nu, he repeated. "An old nu is not new, and only a new is true." The fool nodded agreeably and quickly moved on. Oh, this is a new one. To solve this puzzle, use the clues shown in the picture to find the correct letters and then enter those letters into the blank boxes. Okay, I think we can probably do that. There's a rat. Ah, I see. Okay. These here indicate possible letters that could go in the boxes, I think. So we see we have R, and we have A, and we have T. So that's rat, I think. So what do we have here? There's only one vowel here. In fact, yeah, we could potentially have a vowel here, something. Well, in fact, yes, I see it. These vines here might be reminiscent of I-V-Y. Rat ivy, because of course. Atop a watchtower, a lone sentry gazed longingly at the creeping vines that ran up the walls of a nearby granite castle. "Excuse me," the fool shouted as politely as he could. "Is that the castle of the Queen?" The Queen, he groaned. Rat Ivy in red. Rat Ivy? The fool echoed. Yes, indeed, he sighed, leaning against his 2 wooden staffs. If rats were ivy, then they wouldn't steal into the royal kitchen. And if they didn't steal into the royal kitchen, then they wouldn't eat the royal cheese. And if they didn't eat the royal cheese, then I wouldn't have to set the royal rat traps day in and day out. But alas, only little lambs eat ivy. I see, the fool mumbled, walking over to the palace. What a very strange kingdom this is. Okay, so that's all along the Watchtower. Let's have another shot at this one. Again, we got clues from the picture last time. There was a rat and there was ivy. It's not big. We've tried bag. We have a boy. It's not boy, and it's apparently not bog either. There's not enough space for girl or child. It's not man. It's probably made up of this lot somewhere. There being an A and an O and a U here, and a Y. It's probably not shy. Sun doesn't make much sense in this lighting. There's no N anyway. Toy? No. Oh, what about B-U-Y? What about buy? No. This is the only thing that's in color here, so it's not a lamp. There's too few letters for that. Not lamp, nor glow, nor light, nor lantern. Certainly not something like incandescence or glow or shine. Ray? No. Not Mr. Palmer either. This one has me kind of stumped. There appear to be no clues no hidden clues that I'm seeing. None of these seem clickable. It's not sky. No news. We appear to see someone buying or giving. Either this guy's buying something from this child, or giving something to this child, or having taken something from this child. The child it seems to be holding a basket of some sort. Oh wait, could it be not a basket but a hat? No. I'm thinking this is a basket and the child is asking for coins for something in the basket, like flowers that this person is buying. It's not coin. I'm gonna have to come back to this one. Alright, let's look at the Page of Cups again. Oh, it's one of these. These are nice. And we're close to the end of the stream, so let's close up on this one. This puzzle is jumbled. To solve it, rearrange all the jumbled letters into their correct positions. To do this, select a letter and then select a second letter. The 2 letters will swap positions. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. I only have one vowel, which is weird. Fortunately, trep is not a word. Oh, but perch is. in the sense of the fish. Okay, yeah, and this is trout. Okay, so this is fish themed. It's all a little fishy. I doubt that's meant to be woman. But it could be minnow. That's a character, in fact, a character who is a woman, or some, well, possibly. Actually, I'm not sure. Probably in the webcomic Unsounded. Anyway, yes, a woman, if I recall correctly. She's classified as a water woman. Anyway, what do we have? What sort of fish is this? Not a sturgeon. Oh, I see it. It's a sardine. Say Rdine. Okay. What is this? A trout, minnow, perch, sardine, and okay, well, this will be fish, whatever it is. Do you think? So it's it's goldfish. Okay. Abyssal, so I doubt. Oh, I think that's going to be no ship. Oh, yep, it's halibut. That's what it is. No ship. Further along the shore, a knight atop his grey horse stared off into the still waters. The ocean is calm, yet no ship approaches, he uttered gravely. But that is good, is it not? Asked the fool, walking closer. No, the warrior replied. The wands had promised to return our most treasured possession and have not done so. The queen must be told. I will wait here until sunset, no longer. The fool promised to deliver the message. Okay, and we have another of these puzzles for perhaps our next stream. Let's save. Just make sure that did save, in fact. Good. Okay. In fact, let me just be... Yep, good. Okay. That then is all for this week. Let me go back to the scroll. That then is all for this week's stream. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have. And I'm glad we finally got to that little bit of programming. Stay well, and thank you for watching. And goodbye.